Hello, this is a quick walkthrough of the 2018 June Maths Higher Paper 1, okay, the calculator paper. So let's get started. Let me go to the next page. There we go. Okay, first question. Just typing stuff into a calculator here. Okay, so you'll need to use your fraction button, some brackets. You need to find the Q button, which may be a button on its own. You might need to press Shift first. Okay, and then we've got to round our answer as well, 3 significant figures. So you should get off the calculator 8.26695, and then that number keeps going. 3 significant figures means keep the first 3 non-zero numbers. So that's the 8, the 2, and the 6. Okay. We have to round properly though. The next number would be a 6 that we're chopping off, so it rounds up. So your final answer there would be 8.27. Okay. For part B, you just need to know what reciprocal means. Reciprocal is to sort of do the inverse of something. So the reciprocal of 47 is 1 over 47. Okay, if it was a fraction, you turn it upside down. If it's not a fraction, it becomes 1 over the number. 1 over 47, if you type that into your calculator, comes out as 0.021276. This time we're rounding to 4 decimal places, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're chopping the number there. The 7 means we round up, so 0.0213 for part B. Question 2. Circle the correct answer in the following. Which of the following values cannot be an external angle of a regular polygon? Okay, so you'll need to remember that external or exterior angles always add up to 360. And if it's regular, they're all the same. So really the question is, out of those 5 numbers, which one does not go into 360 exactly? So 10 goes into 360, 360 divided by 10, so that's fine, that could be. 18 goes into 360, okay, 360 divided by 18 works. 360 divided by 30 works. 72 works. The one that doesn't work would be 48 degrees, okay, because 360 can't be divided equally into 48 degree sort of slices, if you like. Part B. An arrow on a spinner is facing north. Okay. It is turned clockwise through an angle of 1,530 degrees. Okay. Which arrow will the direction now be facing? So 1,530, that's a lot. That's more than a whole turn. So if we divide by 360 on the calculator, it'll tell us sort of how many whole turns that is. Okay, and that comes out as 4.25. So 4 full turns and an extra quarter of a turn. So if we were facing north originally, our 4 full turns get us back round to north. The extra 1/4 of a turn gets us round to east. Okay, so it's just the same as 4 1/4 turns clockwise. And then part C, probably worth doing a diagram for these ones. Okay. So it tells us that point A is on a bearing of 100 degrees from point B. So if I put 100 degrees in there, just past east that is, and there's my other one. So point A is on a bearing of 100 degrees from point B. What is the bearing of point B from point A? So we need to work out that bearing going the long way round there clockwise. We'll need to use a 180 degree rule. Okay. To find that angle. So that's 80 degrees. That can't be the bearing because it's going the wrong direction. Bearings have to go clockwise. To find the actual bearing, we need to do 360, take away 80, which is 280 degrees. That is the bearing of B from it. Okay. Right, number 3, this is trial and improvement, normally worth 4 marks, but this time is actually worth 6. So the OCW just means that you're laying your answer out in an organised way, which basically means put it in a table, and I've got my table ready. Okay, so the formula we've got to put our numbers into is there, x cubed minus 7x minus 51. 0 is our target number, so anything bigger than 0 is too big. Anything negative will be too small, and I fill that in the last column of the table. Okay, so if we start by trying 4, you would type it in as 4 cubed minus 7 times 4, take away 51, and that comes out as minus 15, which is too small. Okay. And try 5 as well, just to make sure you're typing it in properly. So 5 cubed minus 7 times 5, take away 51, that comes out as 39, which is too big. So we know we're typing it in properly because 4 is too small and 5 is too big. Okay, where'd you go next? Halfway. So 4.5 next. If you put 4.5 into your calculator, you should get 8.625. We're aiming for 0, remember. So that's too big. If it's too big, you should go smaller, but go in little tiny baby steps. So 4.4 next. Put 4.4 into your calculator and you should get 3.384, which is still too big. We're getting closer to 0, but still too big. If you put 4.3 into your calculator, this one is significant because it comes out as minus 1.593. We've gone past 0. Now we are too small. So we need to decide out of 4.4 and 4.3, because we're working to one decimal place, which one of those is the best estimation for getting 0. So the way I would do that is I'll put 4.4 on the number line. 4.4 was too big. I'll put 4.3 on the number line. And 4.3 came out too small. And to decide which one of those is going to be our final answer, we have to go halfway one more time. Halfway between those two would be 4.35. Put that into the formula. So 4.35, take away 7 lots of 4.35, take away 51. That comes out as 0.862, and it goes on a bit, which is bigger than 0. So that's too big. If 4.35 is too big, it means that the right answer, if you like, must be smaller than 4.35. If it's smaller than 4.35, it's on the left-hand side of the line, and it means that 4.3 is the best approximation if you work into one decimal place. So we should write at the end then that x is 4.3 to 1 decimal place. Okay, and you need to show all your little steps here to get all of the marks. Question 4. Okay, the highest common factor, the HCF of 30 and 75, is the square root of a number. What is the number? Okay, so there's two parts to this question. First of all, we need to find the HCF of 30 and 75. So to find factors, I would do this in pairs. So 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 4 doesn't work, 5 times 6. They're all your factors of 30. For 75, we've got 1 times 75, 2 doesn't work because it's odd, 3 times 25, 5 times 15, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, none of those numbers work. Okay, so that's all of the factors. The highest common factor is 15. Now you're not quite finished because it says that that is the square root of a number. So the square root of something is 15. How do you reverse that? Okay, well you'll need to do 15 squared then. Okay, to find out what that number in there is 15 squared, and you should get 225. So the actual number that you're missing in this question is 225, because the square root of 225 is 15, and that's the highest common factor of 30 and 75. Okay, a similar sort of problem down here now then. We've got to work out what this number is. So the cube root of 32.768 is 33.33% of a number. Okay, so the cube root of 32.768, you'll need to press shift on your calculator. You'll need to find a button that's got that. Okay, press shift. So the cube root of 32.768 is 3.2. And that is 33 1/3% of a number, which is an awkward way of saying, if you convert it to a fraction, that it's 1/3 of a number. So 1/3 of something is 3.2. Okay, if I draw it out, 1/3 of a number is 3.2. How would you find the whole number? You would do 3.2 times 3. So the missing number this time must be 9.6. Okay, so 9.6 is our final answer for part B. Okay, number 5. We've got a right angle triangle, which means it's going to be, well, it could be area, but it's more likely to be Pythagoras or trigonometry. There's no angles in this question, there's no mention of angles, so this is a Pythagoras question. And Pythagoras says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, as long as you put c on the longest side. Okay, and the two short sides must be a and b. Now we've got a and b, so this is add in Pythagoras, and you're going to need to do the square root. So 0.89 squared plus 1.41 squared, and that comes out as 2.78. Okay, leave that on your calculator screen, it's not finished. You've got to finish by doing the square root of that. Okay, use the answer key on your calculator. So 2.78 ... square rooted comes out as 1.66. Okay, 1.66 meters for that one. Okay, and I think we've just got time to do the next question before we run out of time. This is a probability tree with decimals. Okay, so we've got some branches filled in already. We're told that the probability that a female is 0.42. Remember, branches add up to 1, so this must be 0.58. We're also told that the probability that they took the train is 0.35. So the probability that they walked must be 0.65. And it is independent of gender, meaning that those probabilities for walk and train are the same whether you're male or female. So 0.65 and 0.35. That'll get you a couple of marks. And then for the question at the bottom, part B, what is the probability that a person is female and travelled up the mountain by train? So female is 0.42 from our tree diagram, and in probability is times, and they went up, the train is 0.35. Put that into your calculator and you should get 0.147 as the probability that they are female and travelled by train. I'll stop this video here and I will carry on the next question in a separate video.